in the light of new IT and more advanced ways of communication, I think this is an opportunity for us to be able to get in touch with more members and more member countries. And even those who are not members, other countries that we can probably invite and to join the organization, both WCPT and WCPTA. So we have an opportunity there. In relation to dealing with our governments, I think there is strength in numbers, and governments have their own consortium where they deal with issues as regions, for example, Africa region, like SADC countries. And so when we're dealing with issues where physios, for example, feel they're not well recognized or remunerated or whatever issues that challenge physiotherapists, again, we can deal with it at that level where I said the other day that we could probably work via the way they communicate to our governments. In the advent of HIV and AIDS, we have now people living much longer, living much longer lives than they used to before. So we now have this emerging elderly person who has more issues to deal with than the regular elderly person we've dealt with in the past. The question is, do we actually have adequate training for our physios to be able to deal with this new type of an elderly person who is emerging, who has had multiple episodes of illnesses by virtue of them being HIV positive? So as a profession, we need to now put systems in place and get ready for this sort of a person for the future. In line with human resource, we're seeing for Africa region, we still have a high disease burden. And again, we do not have adequate numbers of physiotherapists. So the ratio of patient physio ratios are still very, tips over so much that we have so many patients versus the number of physios that are actually practicing. And again, often where you have more numbers, you find that most of the physiotherapists are working in private practice. And again, it's a paradox, because in some countries you have more physiotherapists that are trained by the specific governments but are not employed. Now the question then is, why were they trained? Why did the government spend so much money putting them through school and then not employ them? So we have this kind of a false shortage in human resources, so to speak. So again, we need to engage governments to say, you spend so much money training these people, maybe you need to engage them so that we can actually the issues of the shortages.